Hey, what's up, guys? We got a huge stream this week. Real quick, the camera may or may not go out. If it does, I'm going to blank it out. We got sound. Hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. We got a huge week in the markets this week, so enjoy the Super Bowl. I'm going to run through these charts real quick. I got everything ready to go for us. If you are not subscribed, do us a solid. Hit that thumb up. Subscribe if you are not subscribed. There goes the camera. Too much action going on. Get rid of it. All right. Huge week. Again, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Let's go right into the charts. We were told a lot of stories last week as far as the charts. The charts told us a lot of stories. From semiconductors, what's strong, what's weak, from the markets pushing another high. This week we have CPI. I am hoping to get a pullback, so some of us can get this next opportunity to go long. But if we don't get it, we just got to remember, if we just stay stagnant for a little bit, trade sideways, grab them calls at the end of the day. You got to watch that. You can't just do that because, again, anything can happen overnight. It's just one of those things. Right now, the market's going higher. We got to join it. The market consolidates for a day or two. 2 days, chances are that third or fourth day, we may try to get that gap up. But we have catalysts this week. We didn't have very many catalysts this week. I'm looking for 496 if we get that pullback. I'm looking for 496 for quite a few reasons. All right, but that's what I'm looking for. 496, 494 on the S&Ps. If we are not able to break 498, obviously 498, you see right here, is going to be the first level that we're going to look for. And I'm not really concerned about the Qs and the SPY and really the Dow had actually pulled back. So again, what is that? Fridays lows, Thursdays and Wednesdays high. I want to look for that to become support again. It probably won't. You may have to look at 500 on the dot. If we don't get, remember, we have CPI, so that could affect us. The Qs are also, see, I'm having all kinds of issues on my end, guys. The OBS is messing up. It's connecting and disconnecting. Hopefully everything is okay. Not sure exactly what's going on, so I do apologize. Hopefully you're all still here with me. If you could, real quick, comment down below. What are some of the names you guys are watching this week? What would you like to see? What are your thoughts on CPI, inflation? What are your thoughts on the markets for the rest of the quarter? What are your thoughts going into the end of the year? If you're new at trading, what are some things that you would like to know? What is it that we could help you with? And maybe we can point you in the right direction. So again, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for hitting that thumb up. And we're going to have a good week. I can feel it instinctively, just like I told you guys 2 weeks ago. Last week was a down week for me. It was just one of those weeks. We have them. I can't be upset, guys, because I had a huge month. The month of January was very good to me. So we had a bit of a pullback. It's all good. Guess what? We're going to revert back to that mean and kill it. If you don't know, we trade live right here, Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 4, right here on this channel. So come join us, trade live with us. We go through the news. We go through our trade ideas. Where do we want to enter? Where do we want to exit? What do we want to be long? What do we want to be short? And I'm going to cover a lot of that right now. I have more ideas that I'm going to wait to give you guys on tomorrow's stream. So if you want some of the other ideas, you'll have to join us tomorrow. But a lot of these should get you geared up for some type of movement that you guys could potentially, if you execute and manage your risk, because things can change on a dime. So these should be able to give you a few dollars to the upside and downside. We're going to look at both. Some names that I want to be long, some names I want to be short. All right, Dow. And what do I mean by the markets told us a lot of things yesterday or last week? What did the market tell us? The markets told us quite a few things. So the Dow holding 386. Let's see if this can hold, and let's see if the Dow can start pushing with the Qs and the SPY. The IWM. This is one part of the book that was a good chapter, if you know what I mean. We broke above and we finally got that 2-day extension, that day 2 rally. So this is a very nice look. This is a really good look for the IWM. All right, we were just hanging out at that 50-day moving average. We've been watching IWM, and it hasn't really set up for like one of those type of trades. But if we can clear this level, guys, I think we're going to start filling gaps up here at 200. All right, so what I want to look for in the IWM is a pullback to like 198, 199 area and look to see if we can get long, okay? You got to remember, Tuesday, you have CPI. You also have to remember, Thursday, you have retail sales. Retail sales is a very important data set that is also used to give details on whether or not we're headed to or in a recession, right? Two negative quarters of GDP, and or retail sales, industrial production, and non-farm payrolls is the other part to that they use if things are going south but GDP is okay. What is the other tool that they use? All right, that's, if you did not know, retail sales, industrial production, non-farm payrolls. That's the second part to are we or are we not into an inflation, and how is the economy doing aside from GDP. All right, so again, Thursday, and when, like, we have a lot of data this week that even around the world, so we'll get more into that as the days goes on, right? Japan GDP, you have European GDP, European jobless claims, and things like that. But we have retail sales on Thursday, and look, NY manufacturing, initial jobless claims, right? We are watching these initial jobless claims. This is what the Fed wants. If the Fed gets what they want, the market gets what it wants. What does the Fed want? The Fed wants the labor market to start to soften. The labor market starts to soften. We can see that through initial jobless claims, which we did see that the past few weeks. We've made some progress going into that direction. Now, again, was that just that snowstorm and weather that caused that? Give it a couple weeks, give it a month and a half, maybe even 2 months. Let's see if we're going to start heading in that direction. We've gotten a ton of layoff. Cisco on Friday said that they were doing layoffs. There was probably more. I don't know. I have to check on that. But that's, we've gotten a decent amount of layoffs, at least companies coming out issuing that they're going to start doing layoffs. And then Friday, you have Michigan consumer sentiment. All right, so Tuesday, CPI. Thursday, retail sales, initial jobless claims, all that fun stuff. And Friday, Michigan sentiment, along with, what was the other one? PPI. PPI on Friday. You have some Fed speakers. So it should be a busy week. We also have some earnings here. We can go into that a little bit later. Monday, we don't really have anything Monday morning. So we can save this for Monday afternoon, Monday day, going into Tuesday. But you do have Shopify, Lyft, Robinhood, Instacart, Airbnb, Zillow, AIG, all these names here. I think, did I see Pinduoduo? No, Datadog. So Datadog. So there's a lot, right? Oxy, Roku, Coinbase are actually two of the ideas, and we've been on these for a while. All right, we've been on these for a few weeks now. We've been on Coinbase since the end of January. Now, I do want you guys to know, if you're trading some of these names, know that they do or do not have earnings, and when that is. When I go through this list, which is going to be right now, you got to do your own due diligence. Whether I think it goes in that direction or not doesn't mean that it will. Okay, you got to come up with your own plan and trade accordingly. And if you would like help with that, or come join us and come up with more ideas, because we're going to get news tomorrow. We're going to wake up and have news. We'll cover all that. We're going to be trading earnings. We're going to be trading the ideas that I'm giving you guys. So it is going to be an action-packed week. I urge you, if you have not done so, do us a solid and subscribe, because that's going to help us, find the person that would like to be here, right? Someone that's really likes to trade, wants to learn, right? Wants to manage risk and do this stuff right. Bring them on. That's what we do best, right? We do best losing. You got to be great at losing. Okay, you can't just get blown up. You're not going to make it. You got to live to fight another day, and you got to understand. You got to be patient at times, and you may, we all have our rules, right? And every trader has their own rules and this and that. Sometimes you go aside of those rules, but you don't go as far as blowing yourself up, right? We're human. We're going to make mistakes, but for the most part, right, we know, hey, this is where we want to get long. This is where we want to get short. This is our risk. Again, we don't just trade. We don't risk the same amount for every trade. You can put starter positions on, just to see, all right, does it start to go in that direction? Maybe add to it if it shows you that. Those kind of things, right? But understanding the math and behind the risk management, right? You can't just, continuously use percentages and think you can trade a stock that's $500 and, say I'm going to risk 2% on a $500 stock versus 2% on a $10 stock. That's way different, right? You're losing 2% on $1,000 stock, that's $200, or I'm sorry, what is that? $200, yeah, or that's 20%. I'm sorry. You know what I'm getting at. We've went through all that math before in the past. So again, I appreciate you guys being there. Again, hit that subscribe button, like this stream, and we will see you guys we would, or I'm sorry, not that we would see you guys. I'm trying to hurry up because the Super Bowl is coming on. But you know, you would help again. You would help us find somebody that would like to be here. So we do. I just want you guys to know that we do appreciate it. We, as in me. There's nobody else that does this. This takes a lot of time out of my day from other things that I could be doing to be able to provide some of these trade ideas to you. So it shows that you guys care, or that you guys are liking some of these ideas. And again, it's not just for us, it's not for you, it's not for me, but for somebody else that would like to find this content. Let's get right into it again. I just went over the IWM. I want to look for a pullback into 196, 198. Okay, 198 is the, I would say 198 is that bigger resistance level that it was able to close above. Okay, you can see right here, right? You can see here, this is to me, that is a major level of resistance there, that it was able to not only get above, but it broke and closed above it, okay? All right, so with that said, we'll look for a pullback to 198. If 198 doesn't hold, no big deal. We'll wait for CPI. We'll see if that gives us, Monday, maybe we get a small pullback going into CPI. Because look, maybe we get the institutions, maybe they start to take some profits in front of the CPI in case it's a surprise. The reason we got volatility in 2022, there was only one reason aside from the war, guys, and that is because the CPI data and the data that we were getting was way above and way out of the range of expectations. Okay, so when you get data points that are way above or way below estimates, the market doesn't know what to price in, and that there gives you the volatility. So far, we've been right in line. These estimates and the consensus have been right. So the volatility and to the upside, people have jobs. These earnings that are coming through are doing really well. So, we're going to just follow the trend up until something changes, whether that's a bank, whether it's the government, whatever. Whenever the market tells us that we're turning around, taking profit, okay, we're going to shift back and we're going to start getting short. But there are names that are not participating in this rally. All right, that's the IWM, 198, 196. I'm looking for a pullback to those two levels, 198, 196, to see if we can catch that long, if we can continue to the upside. All right, what's the second one? All right, Apple. So that's a long for IWM, Apple, AAPL. All right, I'm actually thinking about short. These two names I'm going to go over are to the short side. All right, which the first one is going to be Apple. All right, I still think Apple needs to pull back to like 186. All right, we'll see what happens. I want to see what happens at 187. All right, you can see here at 187, we have the 50-day up here. So Monday, maybe into Tuesday, let's say if the market kind of just holds its gains and Apple tries to rally again up into that 50-day moving average at 190, 190.50. Let's say in front of 190, we start smelling some weakness. I will start to take puts in Apple, okay? I do want to look for Apple to pull back. Why is that? Well, because I feel, in my own opinion, I feel like 184 still needs to be solidified as support for this next upside rally, whenever that's going to be for Apple. Apple is not participating in the rally. I got a few names that I'm going to give you that are not necessarily participating in the rally. Microsoft, a lot of these other names like Nvidia, they're making new highs. And that's another trade that we talked about Friday was Nvidia long, and it was just one of those weeks for me. And you know what? We're going to move on. All right, it's a new week. A lot of members caught that long on Nvidia. All right, a lot of members caught longs on Tesla. So again, join us. We trade live right here Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4. I know I said 6:30 earlier, but it's 7:30. Again, I'm talking fast because I want to hurry up and get through this for the game. So I want to look for a bounce back. We did not hold 189. So I want to watch Apple and see, do we get above 189 and try to hold it? Okay, I'm necessarily not looking for the long unless there is for some odd reason, we get a decent amount of volume. Maybe there's a small trade from 189 to 191, not 192 area, that resistance area up here. And maybe it's trying to climb, but we got to get through that 50-day first. All right, this 50-day has been a brick wall. Not only here, but back here. This 50-day when we broke right here. Because I was short Apple. I was short this whole downside, guys. If you're new here, we were short Apple through this whole downside. It was a beautiful trade. Nobody was talking about it. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing. So I was actually long. I was short. All just this Friday of the day after earnings, we took that long as well. So let's see if we're starting to roll this over. We got the 50-day above us. In order for me to get long, I need to see us start. I would honestly would much rather have the 184 long if we get it, but for some reason we don't get it. I just feel like we just left this area Friday and we never tested it. Okay, I look at days like this, right? Like this is a wall here. Okay, like this is a wall. You can say, yeah, I tested it here, but that is before the sell-off and the rally above it. Okay, to me, I needed to see this thing pull back, even on a 5-minute chart, and just solidify that 184 is tested. Because if you look on an hourly chart, 184 to me is a major support level down there. That's what, yeah, 184. All right, you can see here. Support, right? It broke down, it rallied through it, it came back, tested it, right? Resistance, and then left it, right? And then what did it do? It finally came back all the way back down to where? 184. All right, 184. You saw this nice spike here. So I think 184 one more time. If we can just get this rollover, if we get to 187, that's another level that I think is a little bit bigger. It's like 188 to 187. You could have your pick there on the two. So my game plan is to see if we continue to reject the 50-day in this 190 level, or give it some room to get up to like 192, and then it falls out of bed. The thing is Apple is not participating in the rally. There was obvious weakness. So it's either going to take the market to pull back, and that's going to give us that decent down move, right? But this is something I want to look at and I want to start to put on. Again, this is my trade ideas. You guys don't need to trade these just because I brought it to your attention. Make your own decision. Ultimately, I'd like to get that 192 short. If we get up to 192, I will be putting on a short position. I'm telling you right now, for an extended period of time, maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 months out, maybe a month, maybe 2 months. It all depends on how we get there. All right, so that was Apple. Let's go on to the next one. The next one is, and I'm going to stay with the short ideas. All right, the next one's AMD. Now, I've been telling you guys that AMD, we've been playing this whole like wedge that we've been putting in. The reason I want to look at being short AMD, and I said this Friday, and I said this, all last week, was AMD just is not partaking the rally like Nvidia, and not just Nvidia, but ASML. Okay, look at ARM. All right, ARM kind of is like, all right, we're kind of straightening things up here, but look where it's at. It's damn near all-time highs. Look at AMD. It's pretty far away from all-time highs. Okay, and it's been weak. Okay, look at this. This is a lower high, possibly a lower high. So Friday, when we pulled it back, and here's the other thing, guys, that I want you guys to know. All right, this pullback to me is way too much of a pullback. Okay, look at that. You went all the way up, and then you literally brought it all the way back down. All right, I think in my opinion, from the things that I've seen, I've been trading for about 10 years now, maybe a little bit more, a little less, right at, not important. So I've seen some cycles, but I've seen enough price action where, I'm not fully confident in it on the next upside rally. It's going to have to show me some nice volume. The reason that this thing just takes off and literally takes back almost the whole move tells you something in and of itself, when on that day, everyone else in its sector was just pushing all-time highs that same day, right? The leaders are leading, all right? So AMD, I want to look for AMD, and I want to see if we can take a short up here if we get another chance at 175. 174.50, 175. I honestly think if we do just kind of just start to rally, I may hold off and try to get the 178. But if there's clear weakness there, let's see where we open up. Okay, I don't know where futures are right now. I have not looked. All right, I have not looked into some of the news. So this is just based off on the chart itself. Okay, so AMD, I do want to get short, and I want to give you guys that idea real quick and tell you where my targets are. And that was the other thing with Apple. That target's going to be 194, 197 area from 192. Okay, so if I did not give you that, that is my goal here, is to tell you my entries, my exits, all that fun stuff. All right, so you know, Apple again, I'm going to look for that 50-day. I just want to bring this up so I can give you guys my targets. But if we get short up here at the 50-day and we feel like we cannot get through 191, 191 is going to be the target if we get there. Okay, but the 50-day is going to be coming down a little bit, so we might have to look for like 190.60, 190.75. Maybe it just tries to break through, and then it's just met with, you know, too much supply, or, you know, whatever. The selling pressure is too much. Let's look for that pullback, and we'll get short. I want to look for like 191, and that 50-day moving average, 191 to 189. The 50-day, it's like this whole area here, right? It's like $1.50, $2. We'll look to get short there. What is that, like Wednesday's high? All right, Wednesday's high. If we break through it, I'll be patient. I will wait again, because I know that really the sellers are up here at 196. All right, but we'll see. If we just sit here and start to consolidate, I'm not going to consider a long either. I'm not going to just say I'm strictly going short. I mean, no, if we sit here and consolidate and we start to see some volume and we take off at 190, 189 here at this level, or this level like on Wednesday or Tuesday or something, and you just get like a really nice volume, it breaks the 50-day, it pulls back, bang, we might be on, right? But I need the volume. I need a few, not just volume, but some more indicators telling me that the long is a safe bet. All right. But again, AMD, I'm looking for 176, 175 to get short. All right. And my target on AMD is going to be down at 166. All right. 166 for AMD. All right. You might be able to pull out a 164. We'll see. All right. I wanted to see if I do want to get short AMD, though. This whole area is a consolidation you got to watch. There could be mild support at 170. All right, so AMD is one that I'm watching. It's not a strong idea of mine, but it is something that I'm watching, that if we get up there, I'll put it on. I'll see how it works for me. Again, as long as, you know, the indicators and everything tells me. All right, again, I'm going to short weakness and I'm going to be long strength. And then if something changes where the market pulls back and we are short weakness, then bang, we're in the short. That'll give us like that avalanche follow through that just pushes us in that direction and just really takes us to the bank, baby. That is the goal, right? My goal here is to help you save money, come up with some ideas, and start getting that ass profitable. All right, I'm gonna put it to you bluntly. You guys got to start. You know, if you guys are new veterans, right? That's the goal here. We're gonna lose less and we're gonna make more when we're right. My goal this week. Make sure you have a goal. If you don't have any goals, then what are you doing? My goal this week is to put my trades on and stay in them for a little bit. That is my goal this week. I will be doing that if it gives me the entries. All right, Tesla is the other one. All right, we got some more ideas here. So Tesla. All right, and again, we'll cover whatever news and we'll recap everything in the morning. But again, you know, I feel like these give us, you know, the best chance. So Tesla, I'm going to be honest. I want to look for a long on Tesla. All right, I want to look for a long. If we can pull back and hold 190, guys, 190 level, we did it Friday. If we pull back and we just cannot get through 192, I think we can. I think we should. What I want to see is us consolidate. I want to see us consolidate between 189.85 and 194. All right, so 194, 190. I want to see us kind of consolidate and not break 190. If we continue to just hold 190, I'm looking for 200, possibly even 210 in the longer term. Not sure if we will. Looks like Tesla kind of wants to roll over here, but we've had some nice volume to start this rally. If I take you guys to a daily chart on Tesla, okay, the weekly chart, right, it's just the RSI is weak. That does not mean it has to go higher, all right? But this is a sign that sellers are kind of, you know, they've kind of sold what they wanted to sell, I guess you could say. All right. The sellers are just not there, right? Because you want to buy low, sell high. Okay, Tesla's on a low right now. We've got some divergence here, just a little bit of divergence, okay, on Tesla. Kinda, not really. All right, you put in a low here. All right, this is why I want to go long. This is one of the reasons, okay? You guys can see here when we put in this new low. All right, you guys can see here when we put in this new low. I want to make sure you guys can see this. You can see here's our low, okay? And then here's a new low. That was quickly ate up, okay? I don't know what this circle's doing there. But look here, all right? You see how this RSI puts that in, and then we put in a higher low. So I want to look for a pullback on Tesla, okay? I want to look for a pullback, this RSI around 31-ish, 30 area, all right? And that would put the stock probably, you know, I'm not blind to like 185. I'd like it to hold 190 because that was a solid breakthrough 190. Okay, and I'll show you what I mean. Just let me get rid of these real quick. All right, so Tesla, I want to look for a long of 190. I do want to see Tesla consolidate first. All right, I want to see Tesla consolidate. I want to see us pull back. All right, maybe we pull back a little bit. Maybe you see like a little pullback here with like a tail. Okay, maybe it puts in a little tail here. All right, but we close. Sorry, I know that's ugly. I gotta get. I was gonna download the writing thing, but that's coming, guys. Right? It's coming. The little pencil thing, so I can just draw for you guys. But I want to see this tail get put in, like it tries to break 190. Okay, and we still just hold it. Okay, I want to see if we can hold it. I don't know what is going on here. This is crazy. All right, let's see if we put in like that nice tail, and then look for, you know, a quick, nice like upside break. It could take a couple days. But I would like to get to that area right there, and then maybe it, you know, kind of pulls itself back to the 20-day here. That 20-day will be coming in. All right, you got to think about the trade line. The 20-day will start to be curling flat right at 195. Maybe that's another entry to 200, right? Break through 195, come back in, bang, let's get it. I'd like to see us get to 210. I got to be honest. I'm looking for Tesla 210. Not this week, not next week, but in the coming days. We could consolidate here for a little bit, okay? All right. And that 50-day start to come down, all right? And then that maybe helps take us back up to 210. You start rallying, pull it back, hold, bang. And each rally and pullback is, you know, we start pulling that 50-day down. And maybe even we get 215. I don't know. That's what I'm looking for, all right? That's what I'm looking for, guys. I'm looking for Tesla to head in this direction. I don't know why I'm clicking and it's not doing anything, as you can see there. All right, that's the direction I'm looking for Tesla to go. And then maybe we pull back, right? Then maybe it pulls back, all right? Or it reclaims the 50-day and we start rallying. I don't know, but that's the plan for Tesla. All right, again, I'll probably get, you know, I would like to just trade. My idea with this is just kind of wait for the volume day. Maybe if we continue to get like off of this pullback, I'm still debating how do I want to do this, okay? Because if Tesla shows me that it wants to like pull back, hold, and then break, I'll stay in the trade for a few days. I am a momentum trader, right? I want to catch names that have momentum. I don't want to just be in options and bleeding money for no damn reason. Maybe, you know, if you're 3 months out, maybe that's okay. It hasn't hit your stop loss. It hasn't hit your stop loss. But me, I want like the bulk of that move. So me, I want to see Tesla consolidate, hold 190, rock out, and head to 210. Again, for everyone below commenting, I appreciate you guys. I want you guys to know I love you all. Hit that subscribe button, like this stream, share this stream. It would greatly help out the channel, and we want to say that we do appreciate you. Again, we as in me, because there's no one else here. All right, so that's Tesla. You know, you do got to look for 190, 250. All right, 190, 250 is also an area. All right, it did hold 190, 250. So maybe it tries to get up to 195, 196, I mean, 195, 80, 196, and then it just pulls itself back. All right, but I want to see a consolidation. That's going to give me more, you know, conviction that, okay, 198, or not 198, but 189.90 and 190 is not breaking. All right, that's what we want to see. We want to see it continue. If the market continues to rally and Tesla's just doing this, what it's doing now, okay, I'm going to take the long. I'll hang out in it for 2, 3, 4 days, whatever it gives me. All right, but you just got to know if you're in options and you're trading weeklies or even 2 weeks out, hell, 3 weeks out, anything can happen overnight, guys. And, you're down. So you want to, if you get profits, lock them in. Your future self will thank you. Keep staying green. Take those profits. Bang. It pulls back into support or it jumps up to resistance. You get short. It gives you that follow through. Take it. Leave a piece on if you want. Leave that runner. But concentrate on just piling up some wins. As many as you can. And just cranking the market, right? You trade the market doesn't trade you. Crank that account up. That's our goal here. Save you money. Lose less. Make more when you're right. All right, so that's Tesla. Look, again, the target, I told you guys, entry is going to be around 190 if it holds, if we get it. I'm not opposed to buying at 192 if that holds, but I'm looking for 200 to 210. All right, but we got to get through this level up here. There's a lot of sellers up here. All right, there's a lot of sellers up at 195, so be aware. That's why I want to see a consolidation, and there's some things that I still would like to see. But we are seeing the reversal. I just hope that we didn't already miss that move. I wasn't really watching Tesla this week. All right, third name. Sorry that I spent too much time on that. All right, I'm looking at Baba. I want to look at Baba. I want to see if it gives us one of those days. It reported earnings. What is that? Tuesday, it looked like. Friday, Wednesday. Or no, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday it reported. If I'm correct. No, Wednesday. Okay, I thought that was over here. All right, so Baba is holding 170. Okay, Baba's holding, or I'm sorry, $70. The game's on $70. I was going to say that I was thinking the Chiefs were going to win because of a turf, but it's not really a turf. It's actually a grass field because they both play on a grass field. I like how they did that. They did not give anybody the advantage. All right, so $70. All right, Baba has got to get through the 50-day. If you see Baba not able to get through this 50-day moving average up at $73, which is a minor support and resistance level, all right, look at the volume on that upside. It was just nothing. So I actually am thinking I'm looking for a 73 rejection. I want to get short Alibaba up here at 73 and see if we can't pull back and fill this gap. All right, as long as the China markets continue to go down or if there is no news. Again, if we break above 73 and start to hold that 50-day, okay, all right, where's our next target? Well, for me, my next target would be up to 70, 75, 50, 76. All right, it's got a little ways up there. All right, so if we start grinding higher and holding levels, then I'm going to get long. But again, that's another short idea for Baba. All right, one more real quick. We got a couple more, but I'm going to go quick. All right, mRNA, Moderna. Moderna fell out of bed, and I did not know this Thursday and Friday. We actually got a 225% gain on this trade right here on that break. We got short this day. It went all the way back down, hit our level of 98, bang, took our profits at 225%. If you were here, you could have joined us on that trade. It came back up after, a week later, made it resistance, bang, get short again. We told you guys 105 short, 105 short. What happens every time at 105? You get short, you get paid. All right, so now we're going to look to see if we can get back up to 95.50 is the entry point. 50-day moving average is right up there also. Can we start to get a bounce? All right, it looks like you had a nice tail here. Maybe even you have trouble at the 100-day, $92. There was some news with their vaccine, their RSV vaccine, respiratory, breathing RSV medicine, or not medicine, but vaccine that they had. They said that there was like a 98%, whatever they call it. There was a 98%, like, treatment thing, however you want to call it. It was 98%, 98%, let's see here. I just want to get the wording right. I guess, like, recovery rate. Follow pestries, vaccine 63 against RSV, lower respiratory disease. Lower respiratory primary analysis trial vaccine. Okay, so right here, primary analysts from the trial demonstrated vaccine efficiency of almost 84%. Well, when they brought that forth, it was only 63. So that's still not bad. There's still some good there. You got a little bit of support down here. See if we can try for the long to the 50-day. I'm not just going to jump right into the long. I'm not going to, try to catch a falling knife. I don't think it's a falling knife. Okay, I don't think Moderna's a falling knife. But Moderna does have earnings coming up on the 22nd, I think it is. And if you guys look here on the daily chart, they're bleeding money. Look at these earnings. $3.60, 19 cents, minus $3, minus 9. What are we going to get next? Okay, that's why this is in a downtrend. It's in a long downtrend. It looks like, guys, if we make trading simple and you're seeing Moderna continuously falling on the pop, look, pop, drop, pop, drop, pop, drop, pop, drop, pop, drop, pop. Catch the double top up there, bang. Pops again, bang. Get short the bounces. So if we get a bounce to the 50-day, 100-day moving average, and we cannot get above $90, okay? If we cannot get above, right there, $90, I will get short. I'll get short at $90. I'm going to try to give it a little bit more room. I would like a little bit more room to the downside, but I'm telling you, my target on this is $80. So if we cannot get through 90, I'll give it a day. Let's see if it consolidates up at this area, and it just bumps up into 90. Bumps up into 90, bumps up into 90. After that third to fourth time, I will get short up there at $90. But if we get through it, break it, hold it, I'm going to look for upside up to the 50-day, which is also right at that prior support level of $95. So that's the game plan, right? It bounces to 90 and it kind of gets up there. And if it does not reject it, like as soon as it gets there, or a piece of news doesn't come out and like something that I want to see comes out, I'm going to be patient. All right, I'm going to be patient, but I'm going to know, all right, $90, it's there. Okay, it starts to reject it. It doesn't reject it in a manner that tells me to get short yet, right? Low volume, just pulling back away from it and not like with relative strength, not falling out of bed, but just, making lower highs on the way down, making lower highs and lower lows. Then it tries again. It tries to get up there, pulls back, tries again. I'm like, okay, I gotta get it this time, because if it hasn't broken through already with the relative strength on the daily chart, the fall through that it's already had, nobody's in a hurry to buy this. They're bleeding money. Aside from them bleeding money, I have the 100-day. All right, either we're going to get through the 100-day and make the 50-day resistance, or we're not getting through the 100-day and we're going to $80. So I'll be patient. Short at 90. I'm looking for a target of $80. I will be taking profit as we get there on all these charts and stuff that I go through. If we start to get follow through in that direction, I'm going to take a piece off. Take a piece off at the minor levels, right? Moderna gets up here. What would I do if I got short at $90 on a 100-day? It starts to go to the prior day's low, or this, what is that, Friday's low? All right, I'm going to be taking profit in front of Friday's low in case it holds again. That way I've taken profit. Now, there's no way in hell I can lose, right? No, there is no break even. There is profit, right? Not much, but that's how we lose. We lose great, right? January, you know what my losses were? Break even, profit. Very, very small profit, break even. All right, so that's Moderna, short at 90. Looking to get down to $80. I'll be taking profits at each level. I'll take profits at 88. All right, 88, 87. But really, I like to hold the chunk for like 84, 85. Get in front of that psychological 85 number. All right, that's Moderna. Let's look at Roku. Roku's another idea that like this is exactly what I mean with Moderna. All right, with Moderna, I want to see it go up to the level, try to get through it, rejects. Tries to get through it, rejects. Tries to get through it, rejects. This is exactly what I want to see out of Moderna that Roku's doing. So, looks like Roku is above the 50-day moving average. Okay, it got above the 50-day moving average, and I want to look to get long if it holds at 94. All right, I am still mixed. Okay, what I need to see though out of Roku, guys, I need Roku to break. I'm not long at 94. I'm taking that back. I need Roku to break and close above 96. I want to see it break out, pull itself back into that 96 area, and I'll look for the long there. I'll take profits up at like 99.50, 99.80, getting into that $100 support level, and I'm going to look for this gap fill. You have a nice gap here, all right? You have a nice gap that starts at 100 and ends at 102.89. It looks like, yeah, 102. Hold on. It starts at 100 and it ends at 102.84. So that's that's 100. I just want to make sure I'm correct. Yeah, 100 to 103 just about. That's a $3 gap. So what I want to see is, if we pull it back, like if we come in with a gap down tomorrow on Roku, I want to look for another shot and break above 96, pull back, hold 96, and we look to get long, all right, because we finally closed above it. And because what you have here, if you're reading this chart correctly, all right, if you're reading this chart correctly, you're going to see what's going on here. It holds 88, it rallies, okay, pulls back, it closes, or opens up the next day at right up below the 50-day. It pulls back. The buyers get in at that prior resistance. They buy it up, and they break the 50-day. It goes all the way up to 96, pulls back, and then it closes, in my eyes. Okay? And then it opens up at where? It gaps up to 95.75, and they try to break that 96, right? They get all the way up to 98, then it fails, and comes all the way back down to the 50-day. They get long again at the 50-day, and then it closes at 94. You come in with a gap up. It tries to rally. It pulls itself back, all right? And all the way back to the 50-day, they get long. Bang. Or it either opens up, okay? It opens up at 95, and then they sell it off, and then they rally it at the end of the day. It's one of the two. But either way, this is a rally, pullback. I don't know why my mouse is doing this, guys. I'm sorry. All right, so they've rallied. They broke the 50-day. They pull back to it, hold it. Now, where's the next level? That's 96. So they go to 96. They break it, pull back. They have not yet held 96. You have not closed above 96. I need a break above and a close at 96, and I'm going to look to get long. We can see that all the buyers are down here at like 92, 93, all right, 93.50, that 50-day. We could try for a long at the 50-day to help these buyers out, all right, if you want to. If you think that this is bullish, I think this is a breakout, pullback, retest, bang, try to go for that gap fill. So I am looking for a long on Roku, but I do want to see it hold and break 96. If you see Roku sitting up here for a day, 2 days, 3 days, we got to look for the short back down to 88. That's what I'm going to look for, because that's telling you there's too much selling pressure up there. All right, it's just, CPI, let's say, because the market's going higher. Roku, participated Friday, but for the most part, it's still a stock that, they're not in a hurry to own. I'm not going to say that. Let me take that back. There's just no relative strength with it. So we do have this level here. It broke above, retested it at 93. Let's look and see if we get to 93 again. And we do not break 93 / the 50-day moving average. It's all right here, okay? All that whole area at 93. We look to get long to try and break 96. But again, if I get long down here, I need to see a close. I need to see a break and a close above 96. All right, I got a few more for you guys. We went through Moderna, but look, a couple of them, I'm watching AI. All right, AI is another name that I'm watching. All right, I have more. You'll have to join me tomorrow. I want to see AI get above this level, or I'm going to get short, okay, at this level. All right, right here, AI, $30, okay. Meta, we'll be watching Meta, all right. Does it try to pull itself back? Does it try to turn 470 into resistance? We get short at 470. Look for a pullback to 460. That's a nice $10 move there, guys. All right, that's Meta. All right, Walmart. Walmart's got a really nice setup here. WMT. All right, we're going to look for the pullback to what? Where? The value area low at 168. Look for the long at 168. See if we can start breaking this bad boy out through the new highs. 168 long up to 170, 171. That's a nice profit. That's our watch list. I want to see if we can finally get a little bit of a pullback to get us some nice entries in the indexes. But I appreciate you guys for being here. It was quick. Just go back through it if you have to. We'll talk more about everything. There is news with Tesla going in front of the Senate, all that fun stuff. We'll talk more about that tomorrow morning. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Post your questions below or your comments down below. Give us some constructive criticism, something. If you hated the stream, let me know. If you liked it, I appreciate you. I do got to give my boy Wiz a shout out. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, Wiz. Sorry for Friday, my guy, but you know what? I'm not perfect. I'm human. We're going to keep it moving. I didn't blow myself up. It was just a bad day, and I am sorry for the frustration. Wasn't expecting a live. Missed the first 40. It's all good, buddy. I gave out. Look, you know the levels, right? I gave out Apple, AMD, Tesla, Baba, Moderna, Roku, AI, Meta, Walmart, and we'll have some more. Remember though, Tesla. I think Tuesday or Wednesday or one of these days this week is going to go in front of the Senate. I hope you had a great weekend, Wiz. It's good to hear from you. And everyone else, I appreciate you guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Again, it'll help someone else find us that would like to be here. You guys enjoy the Super Bowl. Let's get to work this week. What's your plan? What is something you want to accomplish? Me, I want to stay in my trades this week. So this week, I'm going to put on a trade. If the market gives it to me, I'm going to get my entry. And I'm going to look to stay in a trade for a little bit of time. Again, if I start to get follow through and it's just paying the hell out of me, I got to get out. All right. I got to take profits. I'm not just going to sit in something because I trade options, right? I'm an options trader. I am not selling options right now because the VIX is where it's at. All right. The VIX is down low, so it doesn't pay to be a seller right now. Okay. So that's why you're not seeing really any spreads or anything. It's not time. Right? People have asked me for the longest time, well, look at the VIX. Going back to October, I should have been a seller, but, I do like to also catch that other side of volatility. But anyway, long story short, hit that like button, subscribe. I do want to appreciate you guys being here. I want to let you know that it helps tremendously. Stay focused. What's your goal? Write it down. How much do you want to make? Why do you want to make that much? How much is it going to take you to make that much, and when? What's the time frame? All right. The one thing that I do suggest is anybody that does trade and they make money trading, throw that profits into owning some companies. Like multiply, baby. That's what we're here to do. Multiply. Have a great night, guys. Enjoy the Super Bowl. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning right here on this stream, 7:30 in the morning. Get ready to work. Have a great night, guys.